What's going on, guys? We are finally going to be talking about the finale slash season review of Landman on Paramount. So, if you guys saw my first thoughts, hopefully you guys enjoyed, but also at the same time, we're going to be going into a full season review. So, I will be talking about spoilers, so spoilers ahead. And at the same time, if you have seen the season, let me know what your thoughts were about it down in the comments. If you haven't, then give it a try. There's plenty of clips out there, there's plenty of whether it's on TikTok still right now, or Instagram, or Twitter, or YouTube even. But if you guys are a little unfamiliar with the whole entire season, we have Billy Bob Thornton, who plays as Tommy, who is, like I said, he's kind of in the middle. He deals with the higher ups of an oil company that he works for. He also deals with the lower guys, the ones that are the workers, the ones that have to deal with all the kind of stuff. But he has to deal with a lot of things in not only on the oil field, but in the office, the courtroom, and also family drama as well. So the entirety of the season, he's trying to handle his work. He has his son come with him, Cooper, who dropped out of college, tried to be an oil field worker. His first day gets into explosion, and then he gets into a fight due to the cousins blamed him for the death, and then the one of the ones that, of course, was the youngest, I believe, on the crew, his now widow, he starts to have feelings for, and she does as well, even though he doesn't really say, oh, hey, I want to, get with you. He tries to do something nice because, again, she lost her husband, she's a widow, she's a single mom now, and she takes a liking to him, and then he gets his ass literally whooped really badly due to him doing all this by the one that has a relation. And honestly, like I've said before, the only reason why this guy got angry is because he wanted to get in this girl's pants, and that was the reason why he got angry. It had nothing to do with his cousins, had nothing to do with that. It was because she took a liking to Cooper, and that's how it went. Now, Cooper does not like the fact that, of course, his dad and now mom is going to try again because Tommy is divorced. He does try to make things work with his ex-wife, but unfortunately, Angela is one of those characters and one of those women. She goes on her looks, and she likes her looks, she likes her money, and she has a second husband, which now she's going to be going through a second divorce because her second husband pretty much knew as soon as she went to go visit Tommy and her kids in Texas that she was going to get with him, and he already had a prenup made and everything and already moved on. So it pretty much just showed you that this guy was ready to make moves while she didn't know. And the only thing she had to leave with was her car, however many bottles of wine she could put in her purse, and also, of course, her clothes and whatever jewelry she had in the car that they already put in there for her. So Angela's staying at the house, and then Cooper comes to visit, and then later on in the series, we see where Cooper is staying at, of course, Ariana's place, where the one he has feelings for, and things really are very awkward because they don't know what to do. They don't know where to take it slow, try to be friends, but things escalate very quickly, and now that he no longer wants to work for the company, especially after lawyers get involved, and he kind of hustles them to get about $1 million rather than 500,000. He wants to start doing his own company, which, again, I'm hoping Ariana does not use the money that they gave her for this, because it's going to be a fool's errand, because all the things he was doing in the last couple episodes makes me wonder, okay, dude, where are you getting all this money at? Like, are you using your own paycheck? Like, how are you doing this? It just did not make a whole lot of sense to me on what he was doing, other than, of course, trying to be a rival for what his dad works for. Now, at the same time, Angela and Ainsley, who is Tommy's daughter and Angela's daughter, I'm just going to say this. Same actress that plays in 1923. Very beautiful actress. And as Tommy says to the new boyfriend that she has in here, I hope you have a daughter that's hotter than a $2 Rolex. Because, yeah, she's a looker, but she uses a lot of the things her mother does for her own gain as well. But she's also learning that's not the only thing that matters. And she is with this one guy that's a upstarting quarterback when she was dating a quarterback, when she did come to visit Tommy. And just a lot of drama within that. But Angela, she again is one of those characters, man. She has to have her way. She's not used to having Tommy all the time because she wants to change the way the house looks, change the way everybody eats. All this stuff. It's very annoying, and it's also just irritating, and I can really understand why people don't like her character, because she's, again, I've met people like that. There are people in this world, so I'm just gonna say that. Billy Bob Thornton knocked this character out, dude. He truly did. It was one of those things, man, where it felt like he mixed the character of Bad Santa with this character and just made this character his own. Between dealing with the cartel, having to get his ass whooped by the cartel after getting kidnapped in the last episode, making somewhat of a new deal with the boss that, Tommy just met, and then having to understand that, he's going to be the new president of the company because his boss did pass away. We also had Demi Moore in here, who played the wife of his boss's wife. And honestly, Demi Moore wasn't really in here a whole lot. She was barely in here. Monty, who was his boss, was very much of a control freak / businessman / straightforward kind of guy. But when he did pass, I didn't really feel anything other than just feeling sorry for the wife and the kids. Other than that, it just didn't really make me feel like, oh my gosh, we lost a good character or whatever. I didn't really care. But seeing Tommy deal with his daughter, his wife, his son, all that drama, and then the drama at work, it really goes into what a lot of people deal with in the oil field, what they deal with even, when they're off, on these rigs or even in the States or whatever. There was a lot of cool characters in here. The one plays Dale, he was funny. Tommy was funny. Boss was funny, who was one of his guys that works for him. There was a lot of comedy in this show. So if you guys are fans so far, I would say, of other shows like Taylor Sheridan, which again is shocking to me, he was not in this one season. More than likely this is going to get a second season. It will not shock me if he shows up in season 2, because I feel like that Landman has pretty much taken over for the spot of Yellowstone, because not only the popularity, but between comedy, action, a lot of drama as well. And I've been seeing a lot of different comments on Cooper and Ariana's relationship. Guys, that does happen. I've known people that's happened to. I had someone very close to me that happened to him. When he passed, his widow, it was like, I felt like, but that's a whole nother story. It's like his widow pretty much, I think, already had this pre-planned. She was going to get with someone else, and that was beyond disgusting. But this, from what I've seen, just happened. It just happened. It wasn't planned. It wasn't nothing. And while I say this, do I fully like Cooper? Not fully. I do feel like there are times where he can be a punk and he's not fully thinking and he's not whatever, that he's kind of like full of himself and thinks he knows everything, and he really doesn't. And I think he needs to get a reality check. And same thing with Ainsley. I think she really needs to figure out slowly about how the world works. And same thing with Angela. Angela needs to figure out that Tommy does love her, but he loves her in his own way. He just shows her in a different way. And she also needs to realize that not every day is going to be a party. Not every day is going out and spending money and being a trophy wife, which is what I know a lot of these oil field workers have. And some do, some don't. And I know that. I have friends that's in the oil field and been in the oil field, and that's what a lot of them do. And there's a amount of hours, a lot of stress, and a lot of time, sweat, blood, and effort, and your life's at risk. And it does show a lot of that. There's been a lot of critiques about this too. I'm not going to go into that, but there is good and bad on this show. But I still enjoy the show. I'm waiting for a season 2. I fully enjoy it. Guys, what do you think about Landman? Are you guys ready for a season 2? Or do you think it's just going to stay at season 1? What's your full-on opinion? Let me know about it down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you as always on the next one.